The Heritage Arms Roscoe revolver. This one's got a 3-inch barrel on it. When I was going through doing my testing of all these Glock clones and different guns that are discounted now, this period in time here, when firearms are probably at the lowest they're going to be ever. So they came out with this new revolver here. And what it is, it's a all steel frame, and I guess retro guns are in vogue now. So this is marketed as a 1930s, 1940s retro gun. Actually, they have an ad where everyone's in a trench coat like the Humphrey Bogart movies with Sam Spade and all that other stuff. And what it is, it's basically just a steel revolver with the thin barrel, no underlugs. You know, most of the ones you get now have an underlug or a heavier barrel and frame and a larger 6-shot capacity. This goes back to the old days of the early revolvers, you know, 1920s and that had just a single barrel, no underlug. And this is actually a copy of a small frame Smith. It's like the Smith & Wesson Chief Special. I think the model 26 is made on a smaller frame with the 5-shot cylinder to make it more concealable, more lightweight. And I took this gun out, and the only thing that I did was I painted the front sight white, which I'm going to change that because against a target with a white background I couldn't see the sight to save my life. But the gun fired fine, the gun is accurate. I can shoot this revolver a lot more accurately than I can a lot of these semi-automatic pistols. So, you know, nothing extraordinary. At the price, you know, it's like I got it for $288, and with getting it transferred and everything, it come to $309 or something. You know, shipping and all that other fun stuff, and transfer fees. I can't forget that. So this pistol, and that's kind of reasonable. It's hard to find. You know, most Tauruses retail for $3.5 to $4. I found that you can find them about the same price if you shop around online and buy from a wholesaler. Kind of come out about the same. And as far as performance, you know, it's fixed sights, shooting it. I do prefer a smaller grip, and this reminiscent of the older style guns. I find it easy to shoot. And in 38 special, not 500 Smith & Wesson, you know. Actually, it's a neat gun. It is kind of like the older pistols that I had, more of a narrower, lighter frame. And the action, double action, single action, is really good. Okay, it's a little bit smoother than the Rock Island pistol I had at 38. The only thing is, when I was shooting it in rapid fire, I didn't let the trigger go far enough to let the action reset itself, and I got caught. You know, I'd lock it up. That's my own fault, because my feeling in my hands is bad, so I couldn't feel it. You know, you can kind of tell when it's, you know, when you get in there and you miss it, it's not good. But I'd say it's a little bit gritty, but not terrible. You know, for a gun that, you know, only costs $300, but it works and it's shootable. And yes, Heritage Arms have been known for making inexpensive 22 single actions. They had a whole line of them, and I think there's some other guns they made, but I never really bought anything from them. And someone did ask, Heritage Arms on one side, get that so you can read for yourself. And somebody did send me a question and asked, does it say made in Brazil? Which it does on the other side of the frame there. Okay. So yes, it is marked made in Brazil. You know, I like it. Of course, I like revolvers. So if you're into wheel guns and you want something that isn't that expensive and it works fine right out of the box and has the blued finish instead of satin stainless or whatever. I mean, Taurus makes a whole line of revolvers in every shade and color, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. You know, I think I had the one that had the grayish finish on there. It was a nice looking gun, and I had some that had the satin stainless or whatever. They're nice finishes, but they're not old school traditional, you know, like retro, like they're calling it now. The Browning High Powers, the 1911s, retro guns are supposedly in fashion at the moment. So, I mean, it's a nice gun, it's a good revolver. You know, it's not up to the old Smith & Wesson or Colt standards, but still good enough for what I paid for it. You know, a good Smith or Colt's going to cost you close to $1,000 now. You know, so again, budget price gun gives you that old, you know, old school look without having to go and try to find a 80, 90-year-old gun to get it. And you know, like I said, it shoots well. I like it. The grips on it, I look, you know, wood, which is unusual to see that. You know, I know that guns do still come with wooden grips, but mostly when you buy one, even a revolver, they'll be made of something else. So that's my thoughts on it. Yeah, I do recommend this. I mean, if you're into this, this is a good thing, and or it's a good buy, actually. That's what I meant to say. It's a pretty good buy. It's reasonably priced, and it does shoot well, at least for me. Of course, you know, and again, that's a lot of people may have a different opinion. All right, so, you know, hit the like button, subscribe, please, and stay tuned.